Hi, it's Teacher Melissa. And oh, shh, we have to be quiet today because the baby's sleeping or husband is sleeping or the neighbors are complaining and it is too early o'clock for anybody else to be up and you're trying to keep quiet. And this is something that's really hard for us. I know. I live in a condo. There's people above us and there's people below us. So I do have to be careful. My granddaughters spend the night sometimes, and I was able to teach through all the way through 9 o'clock in the morning, and they stayed asleep just a couple doors down from me on the same floor because I've been employing these methods. So I've got some tips to help you teach a little bit quieter, and I'm going to start out with my big one. So if you can't watch the rest of the video, if you just watch this, I guarantee you this one will work. And it's free. Watch. That's it. I started taking one headphone off. I just have to push my headphone a little bit closer to the front of my head. Everything else stays here. I can hear the student just fine, but I talk a lot quieter because I'm aware of how loud I was talking before when I just flip it behind. Now you can just put it a little bit on if you want, but I don't know. I think it kind of looks kind of cool like that. What do you think? Anyway, this really helped. I started doing this a couple weeks ago, and my husband said, "Wow, I slept right through this time." And I always wake him up. So, this is just a quick, easy way. Just put your headphone one off. Now, I've heard people say they do a little bit like this, maybe, but I just can't keep it on my head. So, I don't know. I keep this one really close, and then I take that one completely off. And it really helps me talk a lot quieter when I am teaching because I can tell how loud I'm talking. Okay? Try that one. First thing, super easy, cheap, and I bet will help. Okay, so tip number 2. If at all possible, you need to get a couple little fans like this or a sound machine. Just something small, and put this facing toward you when you are teaching. Now, this is to block the sound waves and keep the sound waves coming toward you rather than going out into the rest of your teaching space. And it works. You just need to get a little fan blowing toward you. And if you can get another one in the room or right outside the door of the folks who are sleeping in your own house, either have a sound machine going in their room or a fan going or an app on a phone or something to have just a little bit of ambient noise going on so it's not total silence, then they will not be startled when you start teaching and will probably be able to stay asleep. So get a sound machine, a fan, something going on in the room they're in, and a fan blowing toward you to keep some of those sound waves toward you. Okay, tip number 3 is a little bit more challenging if you've already got your classroom space set up. But if it's really, really, really an issue, you might need to consider this. Try to have your teaching, like your voice going out to an outside wall or a wall that's not used for sleeping. Outside wall is best. Like I teach in my laundry room, so I'm looking at my laundry baskets right there ahead of me, but my outside wall is to the garage in the laundry room. So I'm facing the garage wall instead of the wall to the living room. And that is how I flipped my classroom a couple months ago, partly for that reason. And it's better if you can face an outside wall. Now, this might mean you have to rearrange your space quite a bit. So you really have to decide, how bad is it? Is it messing with my children's sleep cycle? Is it messing with my husband's sleep cycle? Is my teaching, could I teach more? If I did some of these tips, could I get some more classes in because I can be quieter? So try these few out. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you have any tips, I would love to hear those as well, of ways that you have been able to teach quieter. Click below and subscribe. New content every week.